All right, we have some fast definition times. All right, take notes. You're gonna have to fill some of this stuff in, and you're gonna be all right. But take notes. We're gonna use these terms, and you're gonna need to absolutely know them. First is an event. Oh, that's horrible. An event is a set of outcomes. All right, for a probability experiment. All right, two types of events. A simple event has one, I can't write, has one outcome, and a compound event has more than one outcome. All right, so for instance, if I am flipping a coin, right, one thing's going to happen. That's a simple event. If I'm flipping two coins, that's a compound event because I'm going to have the first outcome and then the second outcome. Heads and then tails, or tails and then heads, or whatever it is. Um, After that, there's, all right, that's going to be useful. The next thing we have to do is two sets of sample spaces. You need to write these down or have a copy of these somewhere. The first one is pretty handy. It is rolling two dice. Is this going to be big enough? I'm going to go over here, go to my graph board side. I don't know if you guys can see this. Two dice. You ready? Uh, First die, and then the second die. All right, and you want a sample space for that. So the first thing that happens, I roll a 1 and a 1. Let's see if I can make this. I don't know if we can make this any better. Let's zoom in a little bit. A 1 and a 1, that'll give me a sum of 2. We're going to just do the sum of two dice. And you would make it into a table or a chart or whatever. But watch what I do. If I get a 1 and a 1, that gives me a 2. If I get a 1 and a 2, that gives me a 3. If I get a 2 and a 1, that's also a 3. If I have a 3 and a 1, that'd be a 4. A 2 and a 2 is a 4. And a 1 and a 3 is a 4. Or I can get a 5. I can roll a 5 this way. And 5 and a 5. And a 6 and a 6. And a 6 and a 6 and a 6. Or a 7 and 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 a 7. Watch. Don't get messed up. Or an 8. 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 Or a 9. Or 9. Or 9. Or 9. Or a 10. Or a 10. Or a 10. Or an 11. Or an 11. Or a 12. All of these, let's change colors so you don't, all of these are, the second die is a 6, and over there is a 6, right? A 6 and a 6 gets me a 12. This would be a 5, and that's a 5, and that's a 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have that chart handy, there's so many problems we're going to do this involve rolling two dice. If you have that, you're going to be good to go, and you'll be able to knock this stuff out fairly simply and do well. So notice if I'm rolling a 4 and a 5, you have a 5 and a 4 right there. That can be a 9. The other 4 and a 5 is also a 9. Really nice, because if I need the probability of rolling a 9, right, probability of a 9, I know there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 ways I can do it out of the 36 total ways, which is going to be 1/9. That's coming up very shortly. Ooh, that looks a little fuzzy. All right, second thing you need to know, and I'm going to make this really short and fast. You can go to Google and like download a copy. It doesn't matter exactly how you do it, but you need to know a deck of cards. All right, a deck of cards has, that looks bad, 4 suits. It's spades. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A jack, a queen, and a king. 13. I'm off the side. 13. That's an arrow. 13 spades. All right. There's also clubs, what some people will call puppy dogs, puppy dog paws, or something like that. I don't know. It also goes ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, and king. That's 13 clubs. Wish I had a better black marker. All right. So that's 26 black cards. Now my black marker's on the ground. Then we have diamonds, which also goes ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. 13 diamonds. Right? And then you have hearts. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. 13 hearts. Alright, so there's, pretend this purple is black. There's 13 black cards, 13 red. That's not true. There's 26 black cards and 26 red. Right? 13 clubs, 13 spades, 13 diamonds, 13 hearts. That is 52 cards in total. There's going to be a lot of card questions in our future. You go to Google Images, download a deck of cards, copy that picture, reference it. Whenever we actually get back into a classroom, I have 2 dice rolled, all drawn out, and I have a deck of cards laminated that you guys can like write on and use as notes. But really hard for you to have them until we get back in class. Know that. There's more notes coming in with everything else, but this is a big, important day. We're going to do this information. Tomorrow is also going to be like mainly just practicing this stuff. So it's a lot of vocabulary to begin with. It's a lot of practice, a lot of getting really good at this stuff. All right. See you soon.